Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
Good morning. I'm Brent Apperson. Down.
7:31, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Children of all ages.
dogs and cats, pigs, horses, and cattle.
Yeah.
Good morning to you all.
Are you okay?
No.
Yeah, I was going to say,
My headset.
you just don't look like you're okay.
There.
You're fidgeting and everything.
There, that's better.
Okay, all good now?
Headset wasn't clear plugged in. I was getting a
Oh, I'm sorry.
phase in my head.
Oh,
Besides that, I've got this in my head over the weekend. I can't get over it. I can't live with it. I can't stand it. Can't endure it.
stand what? What? Endure
Can't
what?
overcome it.
Okay. Sorry. You
Yeah.
want to share, or you just want to keep it bundled up inside?
Well, in years past, I usually would just keep it bottled up inside and then blow my stack big time. But
yeah.
maybe a little at a time is the way to go.
Maybe.
So you folks who listen to the show on a regular basis know that last Friday we went to Axe, and I do mean, like an axe
Yes.
kickers,
Uh-huh.
and that's here in town. Your old friend Kendall.
Yeah, Kendall Techmeyer, grew up with Kendall. We graduated same year from Loop City High School.
Now we're going to give Kendall a little free plug here because we had a good time.
Yeah, we did.
Kendall seemed like a very nice guy,
He is.
and he and a partner or two, I don't know for sure who all's involved, but they have the, many of you will remember Province Plumbing's building here in town, and they have put together a, what do you call it, a axe hall?
Yeah,
Axe.
yeah, I would say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little venue that you can go, and they have their axe throwing set up in the building.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Kendall was telling us that he made 42 fairs last year.
Yeah, they have a mobile thing that they take out to different events, and yeah, I know that over the summer especially, he was nonstop busy.
Scotts Bluff to Council Bluffs.
Wow.
He went all the way across the state, spending a couple days, maybe, or 3 days at all the fairs they were able to get to. And I've never thrown an axe before at a board like that or at the Target.
I don't think any of us had.
Well, you must have.
I had never thrown an axe before in my life.
Well, here's the thing, folks. We started out with individual scores, and it went Brent like 20-something, Jeremy close behind,
Yeah, Jeremy right behind.
Grant not far back, and it went down the line. And yours truly had...
Where were you?
I had 0. I did not score a point. I could not get the axe to stick.
I was kind of hoping you wouldn't even bring this up this morning.
Well,
'Cause
why?
I-
It's under my skin a little bit. It hurts.
It's really hard not to. You were terrible.
I was.
You were
But
awful.
You
I mean,
didn't
you
notice.
couldn't even. You didn't even get one to stick in the target.
I did in practice, but then once we started competition, I couldn't get it to
Was
stick.
it the pressure?
No.
Was it the pressure of the of scoring?
Here's what happened. And that's why I'm asking for...
Okay, so there's an excuse.
No.
There's a reason.
No.
There is no
not
reason.
an excuse. It's
Oh,
it's a
okay.
learning process.
All right.
Rob Shirley and I were having trouble getting the axe to stick.
Yeah.
We couldn't get it to stick. And
Well, you weren't the only ones.
Yeah.
It took a while to kind of get the hang of it.
So
Well, except for me.
yeah,
Go ahead.
don't even go there. So after we get started, and then we go from the individual scores, they have a deal where you choose up teams.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah,
It's
that
called
was,
a speed throw or something like that, where you have to hit the white,
the blue, the red, and then the bullseye.
The bullseye.
3 times each in those colors.
and you just kept going. Whichever team got those the fastest was the winner, right?
Yeah, you you went into teams and then you alternated throws. So one person would throw, retrieve the axe, hand it to your teammate, and just keep going until you hit all the colors the way you needed to.
So halfway through the second game of the speed test, I just accidentally choked up on the axe handle.
Ah, you used a different grip.
And it started sticking.
Aha.
So I discovered that I was holding down, for me anyway, too far down the handle, and the handle was hitting rather than the axe head.
Yeah.
Now, Jeremy, he had his hand way down with like 2 fingers off the end of his axe.
Oh, wow.
And it was sticking. That was his method.
Yeah.
So I said, Rob, I just learned that if I choked up, it was sticking. And he tried it. This was after, and it just started sticking. So what I'm saying is,
oh, yeah?
I believe there is a rematch in the works. Now that we've learned a couple things, I'm not whining or complaining. I'm just saying that now that I've experienced it and just had a little bit of a learning process, I think that would be closer.
Yeah.
Now the speed team thing was pretty close anyway.
It was close. Yeah. I do think that we need to mention that the last time we did the team thing, we had who was it? Jeremy? Somebody wanted boys versus girls.
Jeremy did.
Jeremy did. Okay. Well, we had there were a more number of guys throwing axes than girls.
Because a couple girls didn't throw.
Yeah. So it was the girls and Brent versus you guys, and we beat you. I thought that was pretty cool. And I have to give props on the air to Shannon, because Shannon was the one that I think we were tied, right? I mean, both teams had one bullseye left to get, and whoever hit the bullseye first was going to win. And Shannon stepped up, bam, just
right in the middle,
right in the middle of the target, and she won the game for us.
Well, I just think we have to go back, and now that everybody's experienced it, I don't know where you acted like you'd thrown an axe through your whole life. You finished, and you kind of had this little finish you did, kind of like a little.
Well, I have learned in playing other sports, the follow through is a key.
It's a pose. It's a pose.
Exactly, it is a pose, but it makes a big difference. The follow through is very important. So yes, I followed through and held the pose.
Well,
and I'm telling you, it works.
Well,
it's just like shooting free throws.
It worked for you.
You got to follow through and hold the pose.
Oh, he's giving instructions now, folks. He claims it's the first time he's ever thrown an axe.
It is. It was.
And now he's giving us instructions.
I'll be honest. I really don't want to go back for fear that I won't be able to hit the target.
Oh, we're going back
the next time.
We're going back.
I kind of like the way it all went down Friday, and we'll just leave it there.
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that, and here's the other thing. 2 things. I mentioned it that night, but when they started picking up teams, picking the members for the teams, it was just like going back to my neighborhood for football in the backyard. I was the last one picked.
Yeah, you're...
Just because of the individual score, no one wanted me. That hurt.
There is truth to that, yes. I think Christy even got picked before you.
Oh, Lord. Lordy Lord. So anyway.
It was fun,
It was a lot of fun. And
thanks, Kendall.
Thanks to Kendall. And I'm going to throw out Kendall's number here for him. He was so good to us and really enjoyed him. And I also enjoyed hearing that you guys got pulled over by the cops when you were kids. I really enjoyed that part.
What? Now be careful. Mom's listening. Let's not go there.
Oh, I'm sorry, Peg.
Shh. I don't think Mom knows that.
Oh, she does now.
No, yeah.
But you didn't get in trouble. They thought you had done something you hadn't.
Exactly. Yes.
That's the story, Mom.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, we just had a nice visit with one of the policemen there in Loop City, and all was good.
Well, I wished I would have had those kind of conversations. Kendall's number is 308-643-7056. 308-643-7056. And if you want to have a good time, it is a good time, and they'll rent that to you by the hour, I think it is, depending on how many players you have.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just a side business for Kendall, as he works at Arrow Seed, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So anyway, thanks, Kendall. We had a lot of fun. And we'll be back. Ansley Schools today, meatball subs.
All right. Sargent on the lunch menu today, showing hot ham and cheese roll-up, green beans, fruit cup, milk, and salad bar at Sargent.
Sandhills School at Dunning, chicken Alfredo, breadsticks, and green beans.
Let's see. Lately, the staff has we've thrown axes now. We've bowled.
Right.
And who won both those events among the staff?
Gosh.
I'm drawing a blank. Who
Folks.
was that? Who was that? Won them both. Litchfield Public Schools today runs a casserole at Litchfield.
Let me
Who
just
was it?
let me just tear the sheet off for the next page. Let me better write this down. Broken Bow School. Middle school, high school. Today they're having pepperoni subs, hot pepperoni subs, cheeseburgers, fresh baked ham and cheese sub, crispy chicken shaker with roasted flatbread. The grill station is featuring the combo hot dog basket, fruit, vegetables, and milk at Broken Bow Middle School, High School.
Callaway today featuring chicken noodles. That sounds good. Callaway today, chicken noodles.
Got to tell you, my blood pressure is boiling. Today at the Prairie Pioneer Center, they're having chicken Alfredo over noodles, corn, and mixed fruit. Call them at 872-6121. Let them know you'd like to have a meal, and call them by 9 a.m. They'll have it ready for you when you get there.
Let me try to choke up. Let me try to choke up on the handle. Maybe that'll help.
Oh.
And
Do I have a helmet?
And so at Selma Myrna today, hot pepperoni sub, cheeseburger, crispy chicken shaker with roasted flatbread. That's at Anselmo Myrna. And I have Thetford's too.
Yeah, you better have Thetford's.
Tacos and refried beans on the menu today at Thetford.
Mom, I don't know why. I don't know why
This
Brent.
axe is heavy. I better choke up.
Just Peg, listen to this young man of yours. My bro is being naughty, Mom. I've never
sorry.
picked on
I'm
picked on
sorry.
Brent in my life.
Oh boy.
I don't know where you're coming down on me that way.
I'll tell you what it is. You're rubbing off on me. That's exactly what this is. See, I'm not this way. This is not me.
But you
And
are now.
Yeah. You bring out a side of me, Bernie, that I didn't know existed.
Well, I can guarantee you, if you got pulled over with me when you were a kid, you would end up in jail. All right, let's see here. No, not really. You know, my mom and I were talking about that yesterday.
What's that?
About when we were kids and the hometown police.
Yeah.
You know, actually, I remember him giving you a break and saying, you know what, I'll give you this chance, but
Right.
don't do it again.
Yep.
And I don't think you guys were actually doing anything in this particular case.
No,
but,
we weren't.
But
No.
you know, that was, you know, you knew the policeman's name.
Yep.
Yeah.
They knew you.
They knew you.
Yep.
I know your dad. Do you want me to talk to your dad? Kind of thing, you know. It was a little more casual back in the day, but there wasn't so many things going on either on behalf of the police departments. It was a little simpler world in some ways.
I think so.
All right, birthdays today. Zach Bartok is celebrating a birthday today.
Happy birthday.
And Ron Lewis. Now, Ron Lewis is an alumni. He graduated from Broken Bow High School. And I just happened to run into Ron and his brother Kevin last summer over at Arnold when the cars came through, all the hot rods.
Oh, yeah.
And they were in that tour. And it was so good to see them. They lived on Memorial Drive when we were kids. And Ron had a Shetland pony. And every once in a while we'd get a ride at the Shetland pony. And there's all kinds of stories I could tell you concerning Ron. But and yours truly, and all of us kids in the neighborhood. But I won't do that. But it was good to see that Ron is celebrating a birthday today, the son of Katie and Betty Lewis.
All right. Happy birthday.
Good times. This is an important day. This is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. The nation pauses today to honor the late civil rights leader. The third Monday in January is dedicated as a day of public service. And so, you know, it is an important day in our history and civil rights. And that also means that there'll be no mail delivery and the banks are closed today. This is also Blue Monday, which is, I don't know if I should read this or not, but the third Monday in January is the most depressing day of the year, according to this article. In 2005, researchers calculated a bunch of factors, including weather conditions, the amount of daylight in the northern hemisphere, and they determined that the third Monday in January can be the gloomiest day on the calendar. And a lot of that comes with people antagonizing you and picking on you during that particular day as well.
No.
You should not do that
on
this Blue Monday. But all kidding aside, let's keep our chins up. Let's don't go with the study here or whatever the researchers found. Let's help one another out and have a good Monday. This is also Elementary School Teacher Day. Very important day.
Yeah.
The overworked and sometimes underpaid teachers of this country, they are so important to shaping our kids' minds in elementary school especially. Getting everybody started out right, they're so important. As Brent Custer mentioned the other day, I think everybody has a teacher or two or more that influenced them in their lives and made a difference. So this is a day to take our hats off to the elementary school teachers in our classrooms. Also, it's National Fig Newton Day.
Ah, the Fig Newton. Are you a fan of the Fig Newton? I haven't had a Fig Newton for a long time.
Oh.
I don't necessarily mind them, I guess. But, yeah, I can't remember the last time I had a Fig Newton.
I can't either. I don't think I had any since I was a kid. I thought I was eating a cigar.
What was the commercial?
Oh, gosh.
It's not a cookie. It's a Fig Newton.
Yeah.
Was that it?
And it made it sound so delicious, but for some of us, not so much. Very important day, last but not least, certainly the day is set aside National Religious Freedom Day. And it's the right protected by the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. And so we must remember that everyone in this country has a right to practice the religion of their choice, which is very important. So those are some of the things that are going on today. Birthdays.
Okay.
To compare with our local ones.
All right.
Albert Pujols.
Oh, yeah.
Want to take a guess?
41.
Very close, 42. Recently retired. Nicknamed the Machine, considered one of the best hitters of this century. I think Billy Bells would agree with that, probably.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can debate that statement.
Right. Ronnie Millsap celebrating a birthday today.
Really?
Yep. Grammy-winning country star. Became one of the most successful crossover stars in his time. He's 77 today. And Roy Jones Jr.
Ah, the boxer.
Yes.
Boy, in his prime,
yeah.
he was probably pound for pound the best in his prime.
That's what they say, in his prime. He started as a career light middleweight, went on to win the heavyweight title. So he won several titles along the way. Never was beaten, I don't believe. And he is 54 today. I remember one Saturday afternoon, I believe it was, I was watching and going to watch some boxing on ABC or something like that. And he had went and played basketball that morning in a scrimmage, and then went into the ring that afternoon and beat up some guy. So he was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Speaking of boxing, are we going to get Crawford and Spence? Are we going to get that? Are we going to get that match set up?
We should
before they kind of get past their prime.
One would think so, but boy, we've seen it not happen with other matches before. He just won another one in Omaha here a couple weeks ago, and my son Paul paid to watch it, and as in all of his other matches, he just figures people out about the second, third round, and then about the fifth or sixth, their history. And he has both hands that are very, very quick and powerful. And I wish that they would have that match before those skills diminish. But I don't know, Brent.
Yeah. Just a shame. I hope it happens. I thought that there was talk like maybe it was close, but I don't know.
They've been working on it.
But Bud Crawford, of course, I mean, listen, he's a Nebraska boy.
Yeah, he's all Omaha, yeah.
He is all Omaha. Yeah. And how, if you live in the state of Nebraska, hard not to cheer for him. Pretty cool. And he's among the best, I'll guarantee you.
That his skills are wonderful as far as I know a lot of you out there don't care for boxing, but they call it the sweet science, and he certainly has it figured out.
He does.
And he's got the tenacity to put together with that, too. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that'll happen or not, Brent. Today we're going to be visiting with the Broken Bow Rotary, and also, as we promised last Friday, we're going to call Bob Wurz in the 9 o'clock hour and visit with this gentleman who grew up in Halsey, went on to become a major part of baseball for many years, professional baseball, in and around great players and the nuts and bolts of baseball. And he has now written a book about growing up in the Sandhills in the Halsey area. So we'll talk about that in the 9 o'clock hour, and we reserved that whole half hour to talk to Bob. And right now we, I think, are going to try to do some grocery cart specials, but we don't have a sheet, so please forgive my friend Brent Apperson. He can throw an axe and hit a bullseye, but just like his partner here, doesn't read small print off the phone very well. But you can expand it on your computer, and for those of you who don't have trouble reading off the phone, the specials are available on the Grocery Cart website, and you can pick up on the specials that will run through next Sunday, I believe.
Yeah, just give me a moment.
Okay.
I'll try to get to the website.
He's still working on it. We'll just take a time out while he does that.
Yeah, that would work. Okay. Ansley Lumber and Supply is locally owned and operated and proud to be your full-service lumber yard. From premium lumber and top-quality building materials to paint, tools, and ag supplies. When you drop by Ansley Lumber, their crew is prepared to help you with your project. From the materials for building a house to the accessories and pieces needed to make it a home. Ansley Lumber and Supply, Main Street, Ansley, or call 308-935-1815.
Is winter weather and the fear of falling keeping you indoors for the season? Don't fall. Give Pearson's a call. Poor balance and falls can diminish your ability to lead an active and independent life, but you don't have to accept them as a consequence of aging. Pearson Physical Therapy has been helping their patients stay on their feet and take back their independence through individualized balance training programs. Reduce your chance for falls and regain your confidence this winter by calling 308-872-5800 for a free fall risk assessment with one of our therapists. That's Pearson Physical Therapy at 872-5800 in Broken Bow.
7:55, and while Brent is still working with his phone, I would like to let you know that the Grocery Cart in Broken Bow is open 7 days a week. They open up their doors at 7 a.m., and I believe they close at 10 p.m. each and every day of the week. They only take a couple holidays off. And also a reminder that they have plenty of parking. I know when you go by the Grocery Cart, it's always busy out there, and you wonder, geez, I don't know, it's so busy. Can I find a parking spot? Can I get inside? What's it going to be like when I get inside? Well, it's a huge store. The aisles are wide, and the shopping experience is very, very nice. But if you want more parking, it is on the west side. They have plenty of parking on the west side of the store. And while you're in the store, you're going to run into a friend, a neighbor, somebody that you know. So plan a little extra time when you shop, because you're going to be saving money on specials and also reuniting with some friends that you haven't seen for a while, or maybe somebody that you just saw a while back. Doesn't matter. Everybody in the Grocery Cart is friendly. The help is really good. They have that new checkout counter, the speed-up checkout counter, where you can check yourself out as well. How'd you do, Brent?
Well, I've got the ad in front of me. It finally loaded on my phone.
Okay.
The phone I have, they don't even make anymore. So sometimes it takes a little while for things to load up.
Well, sometimes if you get really aggravated, you could use that for an axe and throw it.
Yeah. Maybe we should try that. Let's invent that. Cell phone throwing.
Oh, boy, would that be fun.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here's some things that are being listed in the meat department on special this week. This ad runs January 16th through January 22nd. Some of the things showing include cube steak on sale this week for $4.98 a pound. Boneless center cut pork chops, $2.88 a pound. Rump roast, $4.98 a pound. And boneless and loin pork roast, $1.98 a pound this week at the grocery cart. Let's see, some other things that are showing. Best Choice chicken breast fillets, 2.5-pound bags, $6.98 this week. Wimmer's Little Smokies, $3.98 for the package, 3 varieties. And 3-pound package Butterball boneless turkey, $13.98 this week. Some of the other things that are showing up on the ad this week include Bar S Meat Franks, 4 varieties, 2 packages for $3. The Big Buy Hardwood Smoked Sliced Bacon, 2 varieties, $3.98 for the package this week. Fairberry Red Hot Dogs are on sale this week, 2 packages for $6. Let's see, some of the other things showing up on the ad this week. Kemp's Orange Juice, the half-gallon jar, $2.98 this week. Bay's English Muffins, 2 varieties, 6-ounce package, $3.40. Dannon Activia Yogurt, $3.25 this week. Let's see, Best Choice Sour Cream, $1.08. Some of the other specials, Pepsi products, looks like 12-pack, 12-ounce cans, 3 for $16 this week. Coca-Cola products, 3 2-liter bottles for $5. Frito-Lay Ruffles, 2 packages for $7. Also, Frito-Lay Cheetos or Fritos on sale this week for $3.98 for the package. Let's see. Oh, boy, here we go. I got to mention these. Little Debbie cupcakes or fruit pies or turtle brownies, selected varieties, $2.98 this week. Country Hearth Country Potato Bread, 2 packages for $5. Let's see. Let me go to page 2. What's on this page? Hang on, I'm trying to make it big enough on my phone to where I can read it. General Mills cereal, selected varieties, $3.98 for the boxes. Kraft macaroni and cheese dinner premiums or shapes, $1.08 this week. Bush's beans, 4 cans for $5. Hellman's mayonnaise, 20 to 30 ounce jar, $5.98.
Did you say mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise, yes. Dawn Power Wash Spray, the 16-ounce spray bottle for just $4.28 this week. And let's see, let me go to the bakery and read a couple of these items for you. Ozark Hearth French bread, 2 for $5. The Original Bagel Company bagels, 2 packages for $8. Fresh baked muffins. Oh, have you had these? These are awesome. $6.48 in the bakery this week at the grocery cart. And those are just some of the specials that you'll find this week at the grocery cart. So check it out. They're open for you 7 days a week, grocery cart in Broken Bow.
And, of course, don't forget about those bonus points you can get if you sign up for that plan. And as you go around the store, look for the little signs that they post. They're probably doing that right now. That will save you money that are not advertised at the grocery cart in Broken Bow. And Steve Fowler and Lillian, appreciate your business very much. All right, news is next. We didn't get to the game, but we'll do that. And we'll also, 3 times today, give you a chance to sing with Brent and Blake.
Oh, boy.
To get registered for those 2 tickets for Blake Shelton's February 16th show in Lincoln, Nebraska on the floor, 2nd row, plus $250 spending money. This will get you registered for our breakfast on February 1st at the Tumbleweed, so be listening. So we have those 3 registrations, plus we'll play the game, plus we'll get a conversation in with the Broken Bow Rotary, and later on, Bob Wers.
All right.
It's all coming up right after these words.
No matter where your schedule takes you, stay up to date on your bank accounts. Sign up for mobile banking or online banking with Bruning Bank to keep track of your accounts anywhere, anytime. At home, the gym, grocery store, day or night. Deposit checks, transfer between accounts, view transactions, and check balances. Set up bill pay so you never forget to pay that bill ever again. Ready to simplify your life? Download the app or visit bruningbank.com. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBVN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. One more stormy day for Californians before clear skies prevail again. WCBS meteorologist Craig Allen.
Torrential rain has moved in from the Pacific and is now in the Bay Area across San Francisco over to Stockton, Modesto, California.
Still no comment from President Biden after 10 more pages marked classified were found at his home in Wilmington, Delaware Saturday. CBS's Adriana Diaz.
Republican lawmakers are ramping up for investigations, and one Democratic senator is even calling the situation embarrassing.
Italian movie star Gina Lollobrigida has died. She starred with leading men like Humphrey Bogart, Errol Flynn, Frank Sinatra, and Rock Hudson.
Oh, not now. Why not? She's taking a shower. Sandy. Sandy. The girl I'm rooming with.
Her agent says the actress died at a hospital in Rome. She was 95. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, Larry Lowry, age 75, died at a reception and treatment center in Lincoln on Saturday. Mr. Lowry's sentence began on March 3, 2006. He was serving an 18 to 65-year sentence on charges out of Buffalo County that included first-degree sexual assault and 5 counts possession of child pornography. While the cause of death has not yet been determined, Mr. Lowry was being treated for a medical condition. As is the case whenever an inmate dies in custody at the Nebraska Department of Correctional Services, a grand jury will conduct an investigation.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Kevin Wire.
Some shocking news breaking last night in college basketball as Alabama forward Darius Miles has been arrested for murder. He and another man taken into custody on Sunday to face capital murder charges in relation to a shooting near campus early Sunday morning. University officials have said that he is no longer a part of the team. NFL playoff action, wild card Sunday as the Bengals make it 9 wins in a row after they take down the Ravens 24-17. Sam Hubbard with the play of the day across all 3 games as he returned a fumble, 98 yards for a touchdown, the longest fumble return in playoff history. Giants beat the Vikings on the road 31-24 as Minnesota loses their first one-score game of the season. And the first game of the day saw the Dolphins with their third-string quarterback Skylar Thompson give the Bills all they can handle, but they end up falling just short, 34-31.
Here's your weatherology forecast. A winter storm watch goes into effect Tuesday night coming up. First across the area for today, we'll have mostly cloudy skies with high temperatures working up into the upper 30s. Winds stay breezy from the northwest. Then for tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 25. For Tuesday, cloudy conditions, mid-30s, and then heavy snow expected on Wednesday, a high of 27 degrees. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
Whether you love them or can't stand them, surprises are a part of life. Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn.
And I'm Tim McCaslin.
Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, and we can help you get ready for whatever life throws at you, even the welcome surprises. As your needs change, we can change what you need to do to help you end up where you want to be. And while there is never a good time to experience unexpected costs, we can work together to help you make them feel a little less unexpected. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Thanks, Janet. 35 degrees outside now under a cloudy sky. We have had some light rain here in the last hour, and we didn't have anything measurable as of 7 o'clock. So far, it's been light. Barometric pressures at 29.51 and rising. Humidity at 94%. Kind of interesting numbers. Yesterday's high was 36 mid-afternoon, dropped down to 33 overnight. When we arrived here in the 5 o'clock hour this morning, it was 36. So it's as warm early this morning as it was all day yesterday, and pretty comfortable, really. But we do have that weather moving in midweek. We'll watch that for you very carefully. Sunset today at 5:34. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 8:02. 9300's precipitation with just a trace, as I mentioned, in the rain gauge at 7 o'clock this morning. 35 and cloudy, occasional light rain here at Broken Bow. So, a little catch-up here. You want to play the game?
Yeah, sure we can. All right, we're asking questions about hats because January 15th was National Hat Day. So here's a question about the huge variety of hats that have been worn throughout history. Okay, where would you most likely see a group of people wearing a type of hat known as a mortar board? Mortar board. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a hint along with that. I'm just gonna say this word: tassel. So where would you most likely see a group of people wearing a type of hat known as a mortar board? Now keep in mind my hint: tassel. Your choices are college graduation, military funeral, the Super Bowl, or a jousting tournament. If you know, call us at 872-2801.
Hello, I'm Chris Smith, the Palmer Monument Company. There are many good reasons to pre-select your family memorial. During the months of January and February, we are giving you one more reason: our annual winter sale. Come and see us today, and when you bring the coupon from the newspaper, receive additional savings off our already reduced prices. Our goal is to assist you in selecting the memorial that best fits your family needs, and will save you money too, during the annual winter sale at Palmer Monument Company of Broken Bow in Lexington.
We've got spirit, yes we do. We've got spirit, how about you? Here at Nebraska State Bank, we've got school spirit. Introducing mascot debit cards from Nebraska State Bank. Now you can go to your local NSB branch and request a new debit card for your favorite high school team. The Broken Bow Indians, South Loop Bobcats, or Ancilla Murray debit cards are available by instant issue. You'll only pay $10, and the entire amount will be passed along to your school. It's a win-win situation, right? Take your school pride to the next level at Nebraska State Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
808, we have Buddy on the line. Haven't heard from Buddy for a while. How you doing?
Great.
Good. All right, here's Brent with your question.
Okay, Buddy, where would you most likely see a group of people wearing a type of hat known as a mortar board? Is it college graduation, military funeral, the Super Bowl, or a jousting tournament?
College graduation.
There you go. It's graduation. You got it. And because you've answered correctly, we got a certificate that's going to get you a free personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut. So come on out and see us. All right.
Hey, thanks, buddy. Come out and see us.
Thanks.
Yep.
Oh, well, thank you, guys.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
The Callaway Good Life Center offers a facility with the comforts of home. Services include skilled nursing care, long-term care, respite care, and more. Callaway Good Life Center is a great place to work, offering competitive wages. Call 836-2267 for more information.
Is my farm completely insured? Am I covered when I drive my ATV from field to field? Do I have all locations I farm covered for liability? This is Chip with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. I have found over the years that most of us let our insurance policies renew year after year and never take the time to see if we are adequately protected. Let's sit down and review your coverage today. Call Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency at 308-836-2201.
Ag producers, if you are looking to save money and secure spring seed, AeroSeed is offering early booking and early pay discounts on alfalfa, summer annual forages, and more. Order your alfalfa by February 10th and save 5%. Pay for it at that time and you will save an additional 6%. Save even more with quantity discounts. Order your AeroSeed forages by February 10th and save 5%. Discounts also available on oats, other small grains, and peas too. See your local AeroSeed dealer or visit aeroseed.com to see how you can save money on your spring seed needs.
Dave and Brent.
You two guys.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
10 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock.
42 finalists will be invited to the Tumbleweed Cafe for a breakfast and live breakfast show. Will one of them be you? Now's the time to find out.
All right, we'll take your call at 872-2801 if you would like to sing with Brent and Blake. And if you do, you'll be registered for a chance to win the 2 tickets to the Blake Shelton concert on February 16th. And you'll also be coming to that breakfast that was just mentioned. The phone is ringing now. I'm on Brent's behalf. It's pretty early. He hasn't been singing over the weekend.
No, I haven't warmed up yet.
Let's find out who we have on the line here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Who are we
Barbara
talking?
Kramer.
Barb, how you doing, Barb?
Well, pretty good.
It's good to hear your voice. How you been?
Oh, good. How about you?
Oh, good. I've been enjoying Brent singing with Blake and all the people calling in, and you would like to do the same?
Sure.
All right. This time around, it's all brought to you by the Grocery Cart in Broken Bow. Which of the 3 songs would you like to sing along with? We have Neon Light, Sangria, and Come Back as a Country Boy.
Come Back as a Country Boy.
Okay. Do you want to hear that one time?
Yes.
All right. Here we go.
So when I die, I want to come back as a country boy. No, there ain't no better life if you ask me.
Okay. That's the words. Brent's got them pretty well memorized now. He's done it probably 15 times.
Yeah.
So, are you ready to go?
Sure.
All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1.
So when I die, I want to come back as a country boy. No, there ain't no better life if you ask me.
Well done, Barb. Good job.
Thank you, Barb. Barb,
Sure.
you'll stay on the line. I'd like to get your phone number if I could.
Okay.
All
Sounds
right,
good.
stay right there. While we hear this from Grocery Cart.
Grocery Cart, online at gkbrokenbow.com. Certified Angus beef cube steaks are $4.98 a pound, and certified Angus beef rump roasts are $4.98 a pound as well. Hormel boneless and pork loin roasts are $1.98 a pound. Kemp's orange juice half gallons are $2.98, or get your oranges pre-squeezed. California navel oranges are 88 cents a pound. Start your morning right with General Mills cereal at $3.98 a box. Grocery Cart, East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
All right, Barb, thanks so much. She's going to join us for breakfast at the Tumbleweed on the 1st of February. We'll start the breakfast show there at 7:30, and then we'll start eating breakfast around 8. And then following the breakfast, we'll have the drawing. There'll be 42 picks in a hat, and one of those will be a gold pick.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever pulls the gold pick, guitar pick, will get the 2 tickets and the $250 cash. Pretty good deal.
Very good deal.
I think the breakfast is worth singing for.
I would think so, yeah. I mean, listen, to me, you just being registered, you're a winner.
Yeah.
You get breakfast at the Tumbleweed.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, let's get a little Cat Stevens in here. Doesn't go by Cat Stevens anymore, but I think you'll recognize his voice very easily. This is a pretty one called Thinking About You.
Them down 25%. Save on fashion boots, bear paws, and snow boots and enjoy them right now in the cold months. Comfort, style, warmth, heels or flats, black, brown, tan, or green. No matter what boot you're looking for, we want to help you find it. 25% off fashion boots, bear paws, and snow boots this week at Bow Bootery on the Square.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our health care. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining Medi-Share right now. Medi-Share is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly health care costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too, especially now during this challenging season with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses going up. Medi-Share can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And Medi-Share is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 29 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second, and if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now is the perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN Radio.
8:19 is your time. Some things we want to go over with you on this Monday morning. One of those would be Rustic and Red and Cozad.
Oh, my goodness. Third Thursday?
Well, let's see here. I didn't pre-read, so bear with me. Just grab your friends and head to Rustic and Red. Yeah, 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. The sales will run all day. Sipping starts at 4. More information on sales later this week. But most of all, come and spend time with friends on this third Thursday and sip and have fun and shop. They have a great store. It was really fun to go down for the Christmas season and do a remote there. There's just a great feel in that store. They've got such wonderful inventory and friendly feel in the place. And they have live music off and on with their events up in the loft. And it's just a really cool place.
It is, yes.
And we have listeners down in Cozad that we get correspondence from. So good morning, Cozad, and thank you for Rustic and Red for being part of the breakfast show this morning. Grab your friends and head to Rustic and Red in Cozad this Thursday, 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. The sales will run all day.
If you go to sandhillsexpress.com and go to the employment page, you'll see several job opportunities being posted right now, and among them, the Nebraska Department of Transportation is looking for a highway maintenance worker in Ansley. And with this position, they are currently offering a $2,500 hiring bonus. They are seeking a dedicated and hardworking team player that is willing and able to operate a snowplow. Also, training and career development provided, advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, work-life balance, and a comprehensive benefits package. Now, to apply, you need to go online to this website, statejobs.nebraska.gov. You must complete an online state application to apply. So, again, go to statejobs.nebraska.gov. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity, veterans preference employer.
All right, as we mentioned, and I don't know I guess I'm not so confident how you could determine that this Monday is the gloomiest Monday of the year, but it is a fact that this time of year can be tough on people with the short days and early evenings and cold weather. And it's not really a secret that depression creeps in this time of year post-holidays. And, there's troubles out there all year long for some people in that area as far as stress goes and mental health and so on. And I think one of the things that's good to see is that we're able to start talking about it openly like we do any other situation that needs attention. And a community member in this area, in fact, 2 or 3 of the guys have taken it upon themselves to help bring awareness to mental health and the importance of reaching out when needed. They have created a website with a resource of mental health providers here in Custer County that can help you. The website is mhpcc.org. So feeling sad or hopeless or sleepier than usual or lacking energy, sometimes can be an indication, that your mood's changed and you have what they call seasonal affective disorder, a type of depression that occurs each year for about 4 to 5 months, most often beginning when the days get shorter in the fall and ending when longer hours return in the spring and summer. It's called the winter blues. We've talked about it forever. This a little more clinical than that, but there's about 5% of the U.S. population that is afflicted with this, and more women than men. So it's normal to feel down on these days, but when you can't get over that feeling, you need to maybe go find some help, or somebody that's having trouble. Could be somebody you work with, family member, somebody in your church. Help them out, help yourselves out by going to mhpcc.org. That website is there for you. It's just a resource page with numbers and contacts on it.
Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership is looking for an individual to work as an infant, toddler teacher center specialist. It's a 40 hours per week year-round position in Broken Bow. Starting pay is between $19 and $21 per hour, depending on your qualifications. Great benefit package as well. Qualified individuals must have a Child Development Associate Certificate, an associate's or bachelor's degree in early childhood education, and they would prefer experience working with infants and toddlers, income qualifying families, and past supervisory experience. This individual will be responsible for center coordination, supervision, and teaching. To apply, you can contact for more information CNCAP Human Resource Department at 308-745-0780. The extension is 0, or you can apply online by going to centralnebraskacap.com.
Thank you, Brent. The library in Broken Bow, and most libraries, in fact, probably all of them, are a great place to work. And they have a full-time Children's Services Assistant position open at the Broken Bow Library. This is full-time now. This position provides a children's service and manages the children's library in direct cooperation with the library director. It requires a strong verbal, written, and interpersonal skills, and preferably a 2-year or 4-degree college degree. Now, the position also requires a basic knowledge of modern librarianship principles and practices, particularly in the field of children's services, and the ability to attain a public librarian certificate. Wage depends on qualifications and a better than average benefit package with the City of Broken Bow. Applications and job descriptions are available at the City Clerk's office located on the main floor of 314 South 10th Avenue, or you can go online at cityofbrokenbow.org. Submit the application and related information to the City of Broken Bow. Attention City Clerk at 314 South 10th Avenue, Post Office Box 504 here in Broken Bow. For more information, contact the Library Director, Megan Swoboda, at 872-2927. A great job for somebody. As a matter of fact, this week, for instance, let me give you an example. On Friday, they're having teen grades 6 through 12 invited to compete in the 2023 Candy Olympics at the Broken Bow Library. For more information on that, call them at 872-2927.
Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold, Nebraska. Great place to enjoy coffee with a friend. Warm up with hot teas, herbal teas, and coffee drinks. A historic destination barista bar and gift shop right in our back door at Brubaker's Coffee House in Arnold. They are open Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 5, open on Saturday from 9 until 3. Make sure you follow them on Facebook to keep up on all the latest happenings at Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold.
at myteampt.com or call 872-5111 Team Physical Therapy, together empowering able movement.
Where in the world did 2022 go? The new year is here. Don't start it off on the wrong foot with an appliance that makes you a bummer to be around. Talk to Brent and the crew at Lines Appliance in Broken Bow. Their top priority is getting an appliance in your home that simply makes life easier. From fridges and deep freezes to washers, dryers, grills, griddles, smokers, and more. Visit Lines Appliance in Broken Bow. Happy New Year from Lines Appliance, Broken Bow.
Good morning, Captain.
Good morning, Captain.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Thanks for doing that. You know, I was thinking about Lines Appliance again. Boy, you know, we got some folks have money coming in from taxes, you know, when you file your taxes.
Okay.
Today is the first day you can actually do it if you want to do it early, the 23rd of January.
Oh, you mean file?
Yeah, I don't mean the 23rd. I mean today.
Okay.
Well, wait a minute. Well, let me get it right.
Okay.
It is the 23rd, not today. I can't find my sheet now, but I think it's the 23rd of January you can actually file early.
I see.
Yeah. The IRS sets January 3rd as the start of tax season if you want to do it early.
Okay.
So I would recommend you do it early. Get your refund and go buy a new appliance.
Yeah, there you go.
It's easier to buy something like that when you get a little money kind of out of the in the mail.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you enjoy filing your taxes, most of us don't, but if you do and you're looking forward to getting some money back, you can do that on January 23rd.
Okay.
Yep. The last day you can file your taxes, by the way, of course, is in April.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us go towards the latter to put it off as long as we can.
Sometimes, yeah.
Depending on your situation. The last day to file will be April 18th because the 15th falls on a Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Just if you're planning ahead there. Now in California, they've actually extended that to May 15th because of all the stormy weather there, damages and so forth. Just a little tidbit of information from us here on The Breakfast Show to you.
Thank you, Dave.
Do you have another tidbit of information about insurance?
Well, of course, yes. It is important to insure your home, your family, and your possessions, but it's also important to insure your business. Ask Universal Insurance in Broken Bow about getting the right coverage. They have a wide knowledge base and catalog of information to help your business, from HR to OSHA availability to other features that will play a key role in your business success on the insurance side. Talk to Universal Insurance in Broken Bow today. Call 872-6438, or you can visit them at 940 South E Street.
This just into the chat box from Pearl. I bought my washer and dryer set in April of 1995. I'm still using them. It'll be 28 years old come April.
Great.
So she did that.
There you go.
Lines Appliance in Broken Bow. Go see him.
Absolutely.
Go set it up. You can also set up a deal where you get it and, you know, I'm going to get a money back from Uncle Sam. Go start shopping.
Mm-hmm.
We have Girls in the Lobby. That's the song, Girls in the Lobby.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to bring them into the studio next.
The Fox Theater invites you to Broken Bow or Cozad for a night at the movies. To keep up with what's showing and what's around the corner, go to watchthefox.com. Fridays are new movie day, and don't forget that the Fox Theater is open daily. Have an event, celebration, or meeting you need a site for? Ask them about theater rental, with or without concessions, and a movie. Gift cards to the Fox are perfect gifts any time of the year. The Fox Theater in Broken Bow and Cozad. Visit watchthefox.com. That's watchthefox.com.
Gary's Superfoods is proud to serve you as your hometown grocery store. Their aisles are packed with deals like these: 80% lean ground beef in a 10-pound tube, $2.99 a pound. Or Smithfield all-natural boneless pork loins, $1.99 a pound. Honey Crisp or Cosmic Crisp apples are $1.99 a pound. Or large avocados are 5 for $5. Use the coupon from the flyer and save $3 when you buy any 3 participating Kellogg's or Post cereals at Gary's Superfoods. Visit them on South B Street in Broken Bow.
There are many good reasons to pre-select your family memorial. During the months of January and February, Palmer Monument Company is giving you one more good reason: their annual winter sale. Come and see them today with the coupon from the newspaper and receive additional savings off their already reduced prices.
Hi, this is Chris Smith with the Palmer Monument Company. It's our goal to assist you in selecting the memorial that best fits your family needs. And with our sale, we'll save you money too.
During the annual winter sale at Palmer Monument Company in Lexington and Broken Bow.
8:38 is your time. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. As we always say, we appreciate that very much, although I must say I'm a little confused, Brent.
Confused how, Dave?
Well, maybe it's the meds again. Might be the medication in the morning.
Now with the meds today, was it because you forgot to take them, or you took too many?
Well, I take the same amount.
Oh, okay.
But some days it affects me differently. And I was going along pretty well, but I swear I'm having a deja vu moment.
Okay. Deja vu.
Wasn't Michelle just in here the other day?
Well, I think she was. Yes.
She had a different cap on, though, didn't she? Different hat. Cowboy hat.
She was representing another entity that she's involved in back on Friday. But now she's back.
That's because she's magical.
Yeah, she's amazing. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So, Deb McCaslin is here, Michelle Nelson, and we're going to talk Rotary today, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So, who wants to go first? Let's jump right in.
We'll let Deb take
All right,
over.
Deb.
Oh my gosh, one thing that we've got going on that we're really excited about is in April, we're hosting District 5630's Rotary Conference. Now, the district is basically all of the 3rd District of Nebraska. But just because Broken Bow is such a great community, we've got people coming in from, Texas, Illinois, North Dakota, Kansas, Iowa. So our goal that particular weekend is to fill the hotels, fill the convention center, and have all sorts of Rotary emblems floating all over the community. And we've got some wonderful speakers coming in, just really excited about it. And the public is invited to join us.
Nice.
Okay, and what will the public, if they come and participate, what will they see or hear?
Oh, let me run a little bit through. I'll give you the Cliff Notes version of what's going to happen on Saturday. Okay. In the morning, we're going to honor our Rotarian veterans because we've got quite a few of those. And then later in the morning, we have 2 individuals from Bismarck, North Dakota coming in, and they're from the 31:8 Project. It is a national organization that helps survivors of trafficking.
Okay.
And they come with firsthand experience of why this is so important. They were trafficked themselves. And it's really just to highlight the need to educate. We need to educate our kids that when they invite somebody in on social media, they may not be who they think they are. And it just opens some really dark doors as well as some fun doors too. But these 2 individuals, I'm thrilled that our club was able to connect with them and to bring them in to be. They're going to be on a panel. And also on the panel is going to be a member of the Nebraska Task Force on Human Trafficking, and a few other people that are real key in that industry. And that'll be very, very interesting. And then they are running. Oh, and State Trooper Tim Flick. Did I get that right?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
Well, somebody from the Nebraska State Troopers Association, if I got that wrong, please correct me very quickly.
Trooper Tim.
Yes, Trooper Tim. He's going to come in. He was here when the hospital did their health thing and ran the impaired driving thing.
Okay.
He is so involved in anti-trafficking. And so they're going to also do a workshop in the afternoon. On the education for that. This is very important for us to talk about that. 2 of our other keynote speakers are Susie Howell, that you have met, who's fantastic, and Pat Merriweather, who, as of 3 o'clock Friday afternoon, is the new vice president for Rotary International.
Oh.
So when you've been asked to help lead millions of people worldwide. She's pretty terrific. I've been talking to your wonderful news editor out there, and we're going to arrange to put her on public affairs when she's here.
Oh,
so
good.
That'll be very, very interesting. We have a full day of great speakers, and then we'll cap off the evening with Alan Bierman, who is actually one of the finest servant leaders I know. He was Secretary of State for Nebraska for about 20 years, then the CEO of the Nebraska Press Association. I served with him on the National Newspaper Association's government committee. And so that's how we ended up being such good friends. But he was also with the Nebraska media. So I'm sure you've run into him and met him, but he's a very dynamic, wonderful speaker. And then R.P. Smith will be there.
Of course.
And Robin Kuzer.
Oh, we were just talking about Robin. He just had a birthday the other day, and I know he was inducted into the, the alumni, all alumni.
He was.
2 years ago, yeah.
And also with the Nebraska Music Educators Association.
Yeah.
So he's a hometown kid with a wonderful voice and wonderful Rotarian, by the way. And I called him the other day and said, hey, would you come and lead a couple of songs at the end of the evening? The theme of the convention is just imagine. Just imagine what we could do if we all got together and decided to solve some problems. So he's going to... I don't know what all he'll sing. I'm leaving it up to Robin.
Yeah, well, he has plenty of to work from. And
but anyway, it's a full day, a full agenda of speakers, and we think meaningful workshops and different things like that.
Okay, now, when Michelle was here, was it this morning or last week? I can't remember. I guess it was last Friday, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. I missed the who, what, when, and where, so let's do that again.
Yeah, let's not.
Okay, so we're talking about, Deb has covered all the guest speakers, impressive list there. And where is this going to be held?
At the One Box Convention Center.
And what's the actual date?
April 29th.
29th. Okay.
Yes.
That's a Saturday?
It is.
Okay. All right, we got the who, we got the what, we got the where, when. I think we're good.
You mentioned the public is invited. Is this something that you need to register for, Deb? Or?
Yes,
okay.
And there's a fee.
Okay.
We've got some serious expenses anytime you put on something like this of this caliber, you do. And if you can, we'll have it posted on our Facebook page. It goes live later today. Or on our District 5630's website, there will be a link where people can register. And then, like I said, we'll put it up on Broken Bow Area's our Facebook page, and we will send you guys a link as well.
Okay. Thank you. Michelle?
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about, April's a ways off, all the way time flies. It's not very far away.
Right.
What's coming up locally here? Do you have some speakers coming in for some meetings here locally?
Yep.
Okay.
We do. Actually, this Wednesday, we have a speaker coming from Loop Basin. She was supposed to be here in December, but because of the weather, it got postponed to this Wednesday, which hopefully the weather cooperates. I don't know. Yes. We may have to change that to a Zoom meeting, but so she will be there Wednesday at noon at the hospital for our meeting. Okay. Just kind of going over, what things look like for them. There's another new variant of COVID and things we can do to help protect ourselves and others.
All right. And that's still being held up at the hospital?
Mm-hmm. It is.
That's a great meeting room. It's nice to have that, isn't it?
It is very nice, yes.
And if you do need to hook up technology, it's also nice to be there.
Yes,
yes. Yeah, they're kind of used to that, so.
Yes.
And we hate to see Jeremy leave because he's just been such a wonderful hospital administrator and a wonderful Rotarian. But their board of directors has said that we are welcome to continue to meet there through their transition as Mr. Klingenpel leaves and they get on the hunt for another hospital CEO.
Okay, all right. And what any plans longer than that, Michelle, you want to talk about as far as upcoming things, or is just month by month here?
Yeah, for me, it's kind of month by month. I know Deb and I had talked. February and March, Deb was going to reach out to some people to bring in some speakers, but those aren't set in stone.
I could talk about that one.
Oh, you could?
I can. We have in March, we'll be coming up. Our friends from Zimbabwe are going to Zoom with us directly live into the meeting.
Oh.
And we've been working hand in hand with the club in Zimbabwe, and we just this last week, or actually maybe 3 weeks ago, but anyway, we have fully funded now through Rotary Friends Worldwide a girls' empowerment project. This brings into 133 high schools. It puts sewing machines into 133 high schools, and will teach the girls how to make their own sanitary pads, because that's not something you can purchase there. And it gets kind of gross when I talk about how they handle the problem. But girls there, because it's so difficult to take care of, miss an average of 5 to 7 days of school every month. And when you think of it accumulatively, how much math you're missing, think of where at the end of the year where you can possibly be. So the girls' dropout rate is huge. And it's huge because they're behind. They just get so far behind in school. Of these schools, only 10 have electricity. So the machines we're putting in are your old hand cranks and trundle machines. They're made there in Zimbabwe. They're all metal and just great machines. This is a matching grant with Rotary International. And we have partners in all over the United States that are partnering with us out of Texas and Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Illinois, and worldwide. We've reached out to clubs and districts in India and in Mexico City, and another country was. I just went blank. There's a third international partner in there, but we have partners from all over the world that are helping us fund. It's a $70,000 grant, so this is not something that's been real easy. We've been working on it for quite a while, but it's funded by Rotarians, and we are just so. And our club has done a lot of work on it, and there's a lot of I's and T's that we had to put together to get this, and including all sorts of things with the Zimbabwean government and with health industries there that will go in and teach hygiene and health things, and just the ability to impact 5,000 high school girls is overwhelming for me.
All right, very good.
I think I called Michelle the day we got the final dollar, and I sat on the phone and bawled.
Well, that's all good news. Let's recap here on the Rotary in April. The 29th, the One Box Convention Center. The public is invited. There is a fee. And you run down the guest list, including our own Robin Cougar and RP. So should be very impressive, and a lot of information there. And next meeting will be Wednesday, weather permitting, for local meeting at the Broken Bow at the Jenny M. Elham Hospital. And Michelle, I'm curious now, how you've been serving, how long, and when does your term end?
So I started July 1st of 22, and then my term is up June 30th of 23.
Of 23?
Yep.
It's coming up kind of fast too, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Before we let you go, and I think it would only be fair, since it's getting closer, if you wanted to mention the event coming up, the fundraiser for the Custer County Ag Society. Yeah. When we talked to you, you had about 60 tickets left, and are they still available?
So I am now down to 40.
Okay.
So
cool.
Yep. So definitely, if you want your tickets, you better get a hold of me.
Yep. And that's coming up
next Saturday.
The
28th.
28th.
Yes.
All right. So you have a little time yet, folks, but 20 have been purchased since last Friday. So your time here is running out, right?
It is, yes.
And they need to call you for that?
Yes.
Can you throw that number again?
870-2493.
2493.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
That is always such a fun evening. I love that event.
Yeah, it's a. Plus, they dance afterwards. You don't always get a dance afterwards, right?
Right.
Brent would love that. He can dance country, I think.
I don't know how to dance. No, I have no rhythm.
I don't think it matters.
I don't think that.
Oh, it doesn't matter?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I can.
You should just
Sure.
come out.
Okay.
Yeah. That starts at 5:30.
Yes.
Okay, and that's the social hour.
That's social hour, and then dinner at 6:30.
And beef will be the main dish, right?
Yes, it will
Okay.
be. Yep.
All right. 870-2493.
Yes.
Read my own writing there. Deb, thanks a lot for coming in and highlighting what's coming up in April. I'm sure we'll be talking about it again and all the other great programs that are going on. Last but not least, Michelle, folks out there listening that maybe are ready to get involved and do some of these wonderful things, they contact you about becoming a member?
Absolutely. Yep. And we have a meeting every first and third Wednesday of the month at noon at the hospital. So they're more than welcome to come and see what it's about and learn about Rotary.
Yeah. There's always a good meal there, too.
There is.
Yeah, they
and
have
it's only $5.
Yeah, it's a great cafeteria. For $5, you just cannot beat it.
Right.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Bruce Springsteen coming at you here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show, one called Night Shift. The sounds of Bruce Springsteen covering Night Shift here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on this Monday. It's more fun to say Sunday, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
But it is Monday.
Want to sit in row number 2 at the Blake Shelton concert in February? You'll have to do a smidgen of work. Here's how.
All you need to do is call 872-2801 and sing along with Brent and Blake. And we have a caller on the line. Let's find out who we have. Good morning. Who are we talking to on the radio?
This is Pat.
Pat, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks.
It's kind of weird you called. Brent and I were just talking about classic cars, and I know that you know something about that, Pat.
Yeah.
Well, we do, yes. We love our cars.
You do, and they make great presentations in the parades, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, we enjoy that.
By the way, I should thank Full Circle Irrigation for this chance for you to get registered, Pat. Not really a chance. You're in. All you got to do is sing along with Brent and Blake. Which song would you like to sing? Neon Light, Sangria, or Come Back as a Country Boy?
Oh, let's do Come Back as a Country Boy.
That seems to be very popular. I wish somebody would once in a while, but never mind, because Brent doesn't like to sing that one song, the Sangria song. So, you want to hear it first, Pat?
Yes, please.
All right,
sure.
here we go.
So when I die, I want to come back as a country boy. No, there ain't no better life if you ask me.
All right, there's your sample. Are you ready to go?
Yes, I am.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, here's Brent and Pat, 1.
So when I die, I want to come back as a country boy. No, there ain't no better life if you ask me.
Great job, Pat.
Yeah.
Super job. If you'll hold on the line, I'll get your phone number, and then would you join us for breakfast on the 1st of February?
Yes, I sure will.
All right, Tumbleweed Buffet should be good. So here's a word from Full Circle Irrigation while we get Pat's phone number.
Valley certified off-season preventative maintenance of your irrigation machines helps ensure long and efficient life and reduces downtime in the heat of the growing season when you need them most. Reduce the risk of downtime for your Valley pivots for greater yields and improved efficiency. Call Full Circle Irrigation for a quote on recommended parts and service and receive a free evaluation when their technicians are in the area. Full Circle Irrigation in Broken Bow and Litchfield, your Valley dealer. Their roots are in your field.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Mum's the word from President Biden on additional papers found at his home in Wilmington, Delaware, all marked classified. CBS's Jared Hill.
It was a packed kitchen filled with...
That is not Jared Hill. This is.
It was a packed...
All right, we thought it was. After 2 weeks of treacherous weather, parts of California are getting ready for more snow, more rain. They're not the only ones, though. In for some white stuff, the Weather Channel's Jordan Steele.
The interior part of the Northeast does look like you guys will get some snow out of this as well as we work our way over this entire week.
Italian film star Gina Lollobrigida, who starred alongside American actors like Errol Flynn, Anthony Quinn, and Humphrey Bogart, has died.
Don't get so excited. Don't jump to unpleasant conclusions.
Jump, they might as well have drawn a map.
Her agent says Lollobrigida died at a hospital in Rome. She was 95 years old. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Nick Cope.
The Bengals advanced to the divisional round, a 24-17 win over the Ravens, thanks to a 98-yard fumble return for touchdown, the longest in NFL playoff history. The Giants upset the Vikings on the road 31-24, and the Bills outlasted the Dolphins 34-31. After the third largest collapse in NFL playoff history, Chargers players, including stars Justin Herbert and Joey Bosa, voiced their support for Coach Brandon Staley. Herbert saying, quote, "He's been an incredible leader and has the respect of everyone on our team," end quote. At the NBA, the Sixers inched past the Lakers 113-112. And during the game, LeBron James passed the 38,000 career point mark, just the second player to do so. He's on pace to pass all-time leading scorer Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in February. Finally, four-time WNBA champion Maya Moore announced her retirement.
Here's your weatherology forecast. A winter storm watch goes into effect Tuesday night coming up. First across the area for today, we'll have mostly cloudy skies with high temperatures working up into the upper 30s. Winds stay breezy from the northwest. Then for tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 25. For Tuesday, cloudy conditions, mid-30s, and then heavy snow expected on Wednesday, a high of 27 degrees. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, has the offerings you're looking for this winter to prepare for next year. As you know, every season brings new focuses. Here are theirs right now. Specials on driveline conversions, sprinkler packages, and winter maintenance specials, to name a few. If you've worked with Custer Electric and Irrigation in the past, you know that they want to get you taken care of the right way at the best price possible. They encourage you to get the work you need done scheduled as soon as possible because prices are rapidly increasing for a lot of supplies. Plus, that schedule book can only get so full. Don't forget licensed electrical work you might need done too on ag, commercial, and residential applications. Ask for a free quote. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer in Broken Bow, serving the whole area with electrical, agricultural, and commercial services. Call today at 872-7786. Follow them on Facebook or visit custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
36 degrees, mostly cloudy here at Broken Bow. Winds are northwest 5-10 miles per hour, sometimes a little higher than that. Sky is beginning to clear out just a little bit. Barometric pressure continues to rise at 29.53, humidity at 93%. Our high yesterday was 36, and we're currently at 36. Got down to 33 overnight last night. Brent, would you mind promoting the upcoming sports broadcast of your choice?
Okay. We'll be back at it tomorrow. We're going to go to Callaway, where South Loop will be hosting Arcadia Loop City in a girls and boys basketball doubleheader. And we'll broadcast the games for you live on the radio on KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com. Again, that's tomorrow. First game of our broadcast scheduled to tip at 6 o'clock. So that'll be tomorrow. We also plan to do the live video stream as well, accompanied by our radio call. And you can access that tomorrow night on the Sandhills Express Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Thank you. More right after these words.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
42 finalists. A free breakfast buffet at the Tumbleweed Cafe. One winner of Blake Shelton tickets and money. Get ready to call now.
(872-2801). If you get in, all you have to do is sing along with Brendan Blake and win yourself 2 tickets and make that $250. (872-2801) is the number to call. And it's brought to you this time around by Henry's Callaway Bar. Henry's Callaway Bar. The line's open. Do not hesitate. Otherwise, Brent will sing by himself. You don't want that.
Yeah. And will I get entered?
No.
Am I eligible?
No.
Rats.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So I'm going to wait just a little bit longer, and if we don't get a caller, then we'll play a little Blake Shelton for you and see if we can get connected up with Bob Wurz as promised here this morning and visit about baseball, Halsey, Sandhills, the big city, lots of different things to talk about. So I'm going to go 3, 2, 1. The line is closed.
Okay.
All right. So we got a little Blake Shelton. We'll get a hold of Bob. Oh, there comes the phone call.
Oh, okay.
Let's
All right.
take it, shall we? Probably had a little shy caller here. Let's find out who we have on the line. Good morning. You're on the Breakfast Show. Who are we talking to?
Linda.
Linda, how you doing?
Good.
All right. Are you ready to sing?
I am.
Oh, good. You sound like you have a wonderful voice, Linda.
I don't know.
Would you sing really loud so you could kind of drown out Brent?
Okay.
All right. Let's hear from our sponsor this time around, Henry's Bar in Callaway, and then we'll let you pick a song, okay? Hold on.
Thank you.
You've been to them, the bars, taverns, and grills that are exactly like the next. Not at Henry's Callaway Bar. They offer a bar experience unlike any other. Try one of Henry's fresh, handcrafted drinks or kick back for a beer with friends. If it's an appetite you're bringing with your thirst, look to their amazing homemade pizzas to fill you up, available to dine in or carry out. Call 308-836-4484. A slice of lime and a good time await you at Henry's Bar in Callaway, the oasis in the middle of Nebraska.
All right. Linda, have you ever had one of Henry's pizzas over there in Callaway?
I have not.
Oh, you should go over there. They're really good. They're
Okay.
tasty. It's just a recommendation on our part on the Breakfast Show.
Right.
Okay. So which one of the songs would you like to sing? Neon Light, Sangria, or Come Back as a Country Boy?
Come back as a country boy.
Boy, that is so popular. All right. Do you want to hear it first?
I would, please.
All right, here we go.
So when I die, I want to come back as a country boy. No, there ain't no better life if you ask me.
All right, there's your sample. Are you ready, Linda?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1.
So when I die, I want to come back as a country boy.
'Cause the country boy is the only life for me.
All right.
Wow,
That's fantastic.
Linda. Very, very good. Very, very good. So now you're registered. Can you meet us for breakfast out at the Tumbleweed on February 1st?
I would.
Okay. If you can't come, you can send someone else, but you need to let us know who that person would be, okay?
Okie doke.
All right. Hold on the line if you would, please. I need to get your phone number, so stay with us, all right?
Okay.
So has a book previous to that we're going to talk about. Bob, how you doing?
I'm just doing great, guys, and it's a pleasure to be with you. It's always a pleasure to think about Broken Bow and the area. And even though I'm here in Connecticut, I can picture exactly where you are, and it makes me feel warm and fuzzy all over to think of the Sandhills.
Oh, that is great. If you don't mind, Bob, you've been on our show once before, and you were back promoting your previous book and went to the Broken Bow Library, and we enjoyed all of that. But Brent Apperson is here. He's our sports director, and he just cannot resist asking you some baseball questions. So would you kind of give us a little history about maybe when you left Halsey and went to college and then ended up in baseball? And then I think Brent has some questions for you.
Sure. That's Brent?
Brent, yes.
Yes, okay. Hi, Brent.
Hi, Bob. It's a pleasure to visit with you.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, I grew up in Halsey, and I was actually born in Broken Bow, they tell me. But I think in a residence home, because it wasn't in 1937 when I was born. I guess the hospitals and doctors up in my part of the Sandhills were few and far between. So Mom had gone to Broken Bow, and that's where I was born. But I was raised in Halsey, graduated in 1955, and went to the University of Nebraska, graduating there in 59. And all of this time, gentlemen, and this is the gospel truth, all of that time I was hoping that I could develop a career in baseball. It was just something that got in my blood from about the time I estimate, around 8 years old. And it's still in my blood here so many decades later. But everything that I did at the university and in jobs after that was trying to position myself for an opportunity in big league baseball. And I was very fortunate to be able to do that. I was, after stints in newspapers in Lincoln, with the Lincoln Journal, in Wichita, and in Denver, then I got my first opportunity in baseball. I was the PR director for the Kansas City Royals for their first 6 years, 1969 to 1974. And so those were really highlight years for me and satisfying what I had looked forward to and worked toward all that time. And I shouldn't skip over the fact that while I talk about the newspaper job, I spent 4 wonderful years in Hastings working in radio and later in television, primarily in sports again. And so I could go on and on with stories about those times.
Bob, just on a personal note, this was, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 years ago, but I'm driving back from calling an American Legion baseball game for Broken Bow, and I happened to tune into a Royals broadcast, and you came aboard and just, called the game, but visited with Denny Matthews for about 2 or 3 innings. And I just want you to know that was one of the most enjoyable drives I've ever had, just listening to the two of you reminisce and talk about the state of the game. That was really enjoyable to listen to, and I'm sure that you've gotten to know Denny very well over the years. Yeah,
and if you think it was fun, what we talked about on the air, we have just as much fun talking off the air.
Oh, I bet.
Reminiscing about the players and the situations. And I talked to Denny not long ago, a few weeks ago, and he's looking forward to, he's been there from day one, from 1969 up to the present. And while he doesn't do 162 games these days, he's still very involved. And for my money, he still calls an outstanding baseball game.
Yeah, he does. He's one of the greats. I know that we want to talk about the book, but Can I just ask you some questions and get your thoughts about some of the things happening with the state of the game right now? Are you okay with that?
I'll do my best. I'm not sure that I'm tuned in.
Well,
and I'm not sure that I like everything that I hear either.
Well, that's kind of why I want to get your perspective, Bob. We look at things happening in the game, and I guess pitching. I think they're going to implement a pitch clock this year, and I read where minor league baseball is implementing the electronic strike zone. I think they're going to do it a couple of different ways. One way is every single ball and strike will be called by a computer, and then I think some teams will use a challenge system. But I know you're a purist when it comes to baseball. What are you willing to just give me your thoughts on things like that and some of the changes to the game?
Yeah, sure. On the automated umpire, I'm near an independent league called the Atlantic League back here, and they introduced the automated umpire, and I guess I haven't actually seen it take place, but when I watch games, I watch postseason games, and I see such a dramatic difference from one umpire to another in their strike zone that I can't help but think that. And yes, I am old school, definitely old school, but I can't help but think that that's a worthwhile change in the game. And I just read a few days ago that all of AAA baseball will have the automated umpire in some form or not this season. So they're inching closer to the major leagues.
Yeah.
And I don't know, this year they're going to have larger bases, I guess, and there's going to be some restriction on the shifts where I don't know the exact details of that, but I think they're going to require that you have two infielders on the left side of the infield and two on the right side for a good portion of the time. And I can't help but think that that's good. The dramatic shifts don't work too well for me.
Yeah. You've had the opportunity, Bob, to see some of the best that have ever played the game. Is there one player that just has stuck out to you over others? I mean, I know you've seen a lot of the greats.
Oh my! Well, the best one that I saw up close for quite a while was George Brett.
Yeah.
I was with the Royals when George came up in 1973, and actually he was in over his head at that time, and I kept thinking, what are these scouts seeing in this guy? He was having trouble at the plate, and he was having trouble at third base. But boy, did he proved them right over the course of things. So George is one of them. I think the most exciting player I ever watched was Willie Mays. Now, I didn't get to see Willie a lot, but he was so exciting. I also like Carl Yastrzemski, and Yastrzemski had for the younger people listening to us, he was an outstanding left fielder of the Red Sox, and he would have a different batting stance practically every time he came to the plate, but he was a very exciting player.
Yeah.
And I will also say that Pete Rose, while I vehemently disagree with some of the things in his life, and I'm not opposed to keeping him out of the Hall of Fame, but the one thing I'd say about Pete Rose, he made himself into such a player, and I'd be involved with the All-Star games and World Series and whatnot, and Pete knew more of, could put things in context of where other standout players stood versus others of other contemporaries or others from earlier decades. And he knew more about that than any player that I can think of. He was really tuned into those things. And of course, he got that name, Charlie Hustle, and he deserved that. Unfortunately, I think some of his off-the-field Charlie Hustle activities are what got him in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, there's a few of the players.
Yeah. Well, listen, I know you want to talk about the new book that you've written, so as we kind of transition to that, let me ask you this question. I know that in reading your previous book, growing up in the Sandhills meant so much to you. What was one of the main life lessons that you took from growing up in the Sandhills that you have taken with you as you have done these other things?
Oh, that's a very good question. Very good question. I don't know. Work ethic, I think. I watched my dad, who worked morning, noon, and night, 6 and sometimes 7 days a week. He had a grocery store in Halsey, and he had a rural mail route that he carried for 40 years, 6 days a week. And so the work ethic, and he and my mother, I think those were lessons that I took with me. And I don't know, something, you're wired in certain ways, and I was wired to sports, and especially baseball, and so I just couldn't get enough of it. And now I'm 85 years old, and I still can't get enough of it. One of my favorite things this winter is I love the Nebraska women's basketball team. I just think they are so much fun to watch. They've had some heartbreaking losses, and they've had some big wins. And I don't think I have missed a game, and I hope not to miss one. I saw one in person a week ago, Saturday, at Rutgers, and they really laid an egg that particular game. That was the game that they missed their first 21 three-point attempts. So, that tells you for better or for worse some things about me, I guess.
Bob, this is Dave. In the information you sent, I like the paragraph describing, less than 150 residents in Halsey when you were young and back there in those days. And one of the questions was, what do you do for fun in a community of 150? And I think a lot of people out here know the answer to that, but is that something you concentrate on your new book called My Nebraska?
Oh, sure. And I hope that I don't overdo it in talking about Halsey and the immediate area, because the book is one that, in my heart, I believe any Nebraskan or anybody who knows a Nebraskan or anybody who used to live in the state would take an interest in. And if you grew up in a small town like I did, in whatever state, I think you could relate. I have some golfing buddies back here. One of them grew up in Vermont and one in Maine, and they have read the book, and they've told me that they found so many things that were just identical in their growing up years to what I talked about, because they too came from small towns. And I hate seeing these small towns dwindle down, as my hometown of Halsey has. I just was delighted to find out just recently, I haven't been out there for a few years, and that they have a brand new store called Sandhill Sutton, I think it is.
That's true, yes.
And so I'm all for anything positive that develops. And I was talking to a lady in Dunning, and she has a museum or they have a museum in Dunning near the high school, not far off the highway. And she invited me to come out and have a book signing. But she said, I think you shouldn't come before May because we don't have heat in the museum.
Well, that's the Sandhills, as you know. That's the grid of the Sandhills. And I think, your description of small town life does touch everybody that's experienced that. Although I will ask you this: do you think the Sandhills have a little bit different personality of their own?
Well, I guess I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess I do. But I'm prejudiced. I love the motto that the state, I guess, adopted of truthfully. I'm paraphrasing now, but truthfully, Nebraska is not for everyone. But it's anybody who visits the Sandhills, if they give it a chance, they're going to fall in love with it.
Yeah.
And we've seen that over and again with school teachers that come in, or anybody who moves into the area, And my book, I'd like to think that I'll touch on salient points that people will get a chuckle out of, and the younger people who might read it, they could maybe relate more to their parents or their grandparents because of it. And I was perusing it this morning, waiting for your call for this interview, and I realized there are things that crop up all the time that, gee, I wish I'd have written that in the book. Our high school basketball team, and one of my goals all that growing up years was to play in the state basketball tournament, and we had outstanding teams my junior and senior years in high school, but we never quite got to the state tournament. And I remember right there in Broken Bow, we won our district tournament in, this would have been 1954, when I was a junior. And we had a team that was something like 20-5 that year. We won our district tournament, and that qualified us for the, I guess it was called regional, a 4-team tournament, I think, that was in Broken Bow, and the winner of that 4 teams would get to the state tournament. And we got defeated in our first game there, and that was a sad note for us, but it's one of those pleasant memories looking back that I still have,
Yeah.
High school basketball was so important to us.
Yeah, it's very important to small towns. We've said it before here, Bob, and I'm sure you've heard other broadcasters who work in small market. The heartbeats of these smaller communities is huge, very big, and they take great pride in their sports, and that's why people like Brent love covering them so much. I'm going to switch gears real quick here. I think you probably want to acknowledge the artist that has some work in your book that's also from the Sandhills, correct?
Oh my. Laren McGinn, longtime friend, distant relative, rancher/artist. And it's 2 of Laren's beautiful paintings that make up the cover of My Nebraska. Now, for my first book, The Passion of Baseball, Laren created a piece to try to symbolize my life, including the painting of the ballpark, Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. But on My Nebraska, 2 of his already created paintings. One is a cowboy and cattle scene in the Sandhills, and the other one is a colorful shot of the Middle Loop River. And of course, I grew up about less than 100 yards, I guess, our house from the Middle Loop River. And the picture that's on the front of the book is, I think Laren told me that, well, I know Laren told me that it was a scene from between Halsey and Dunning on the Middle Loop River, and all the flowers and the winding nature of the Middle Loop, etc.
Yeah.
And so I can't thank Laren enough, and I can't praise him enough for the beautiful, beautiful work that, I don't know if it's still in Broken Bow, but I know in the hotel, or in the what do you call it, the annex to the hotel where the shops are.
Right.
Some of his work was in there for some time. I hope it still is.
Well, they have moved that, but it's still. I'm sure he still has some work in the gallery. They moved it to a different location, but his work is outstanding. And I'm looking at these paintings as you described them, and the colors and so forth. I'm sure that Laren would say he picked up some tips from the likes of Ted or Tom Talbot and some of those people that he learned from, and you put that together with his living up there, it's fantastic.
Listen, if I may divert for a moment, there's an event coming up that you may well know about in Broken Bow this coming Saturday. It's called the Sandhills Journey National Scenic Byway Vendor Showcase.
Yes.
It's going to be at that One Box Convention Center, which is a new one for me, but I understand is on the west edge of Broken Bow.
Yes.
And this vendor showcase will take place from 1 to 5 o'clock this coming Saturday. And my book, I have a table there. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be there, but I have a table there that will be exhibiting and offering my book. And along with that and another author who will be there, I know that they're going to have art, they're going to have crafts, they're going to have honey, they're going to have typical arts and crafts, but I think with what sounds to me like really creative people. A couple of photographers who will have booths there. So I would hope that anybody who's interested in my book, of course, but interested in these other things, this is only the second time this event has taken place, as I understand it, but it'll be at the One Box Convention Center on Saturday from 1 to 5.
All right, Bob. Before we go, we should give you a little more opportunity, too, to let people know how they can get your book if they don't make it to the One Box Center, as you just described. Where is the book available?
Well, it's available in a variety of places. It's going to be available in some of the shops, but it's premature, some of the shops in the area. But you can order it from Amazon.com or from BarnesandNoble.com. If you want an autographed copy, you can order it from my website, which is Wirz, W-I-R-Z, and Associates.com. You can order it there from my website, and I'll be happy to autograph it, to sign it to anybody that, if it's a gift, to endorse it right to that person. So
okay.
Those are some of the places, and I really appreciate the opportunity to talk about it. It was a fun project, Dave and Brent. I can't get Nebraska out of my blood, even though I've lived in Connecticut since 1974. And I think my friends here probably get tired of me talking about Nebraska this and Nebraska that. But that's what led me to write this book, is those never-ending warm memories of growing up in the state. Not only the Sandhills, but I've got a chapter in there about the 4 years of doing radio and TV in Hastings, where I had the chance to to interview the likes of Muhammad Ali, or actually he was Cassius Clay still at that time, and just like Brent, to travel the state broadcasting American Legion baseball and high school and college football and basketball. So that's all covered in the book.
Well, you've got a little something there for everybody, but you are a native son of Nebraska, and we can tell that by talking to you. I'm sure people will realize how much it means to you to have this book in print and have it available to people here. Really appreciate the time you've taken today to talk to us about it, Bob, and I look forward to reading it.
I will get back there sometime over the next few months, and I'll put several events together, and I'm so looking forward to getting back to the heart of my life. And I've still got cousins in the area and lots of friends, and I look forward to seeing everybody.
All right. Well, when you're here, if you can find time, we'd love to have you stop by in the studio and visit with us.
I'll make time.
Okay. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right. Bob Wurz, who has his new book out, My Nebraska. This is his second book, but still has some sports in it for you, Brent.
Yeah.
And, of course, we're all small-town backgrounds. We're all going to relate to what he's written in the book, I think. So
I think so, yeah. It'd be a great read.
Yeah. And Bob's just a wonderful, wonderful guy. Feels like you've known him for a long time, I guess, because he is a native son, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, that concludes our show for today, unless you had anything else, Brent?
I don't think so. I think we've taken care of all the business today.
All right. What a joy. Again, let me tell you how you can get the book. You can get it this weekend at the One Box Convention Center during the Sandhill Scenic Byways gathering that they're having. Huge event. There'll be artists there and all sorts of other things, but the book will be there for sale. You can also purchase it at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and WurzandAssociates.com. And go to that site for more information about Bob and his book. Have yourself a great day. Talk to you tomorrow, Brent.
All right.
On